Oh, I remember when I told you about that song that is really breaking the records. That is Mwaki by Nzau, and it has 2.3 million views on Spotify. It got those views in less than a week, and you've heard it. So definitely you know that it is a fire song. You have confirmed it, and it's from the 254. So let's go ahead and support our own. And speaking of supporting Kenyan music, African music, and just good music in general, I am joined in studio by one Javan Okello and Maniac Mayne. Javan is the CEO and founder of Madaraka Festival, and Mayne is a US-based hip-hop rapper. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you so much for having us.
How are you feeling this morning?
Feeling great. Nairobi is beautiful. You know, every time I come back to Nairobi, it looks more like New York.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Mayne thinks about that. I think, is it your first time in Kenya?
Yeah, it's my first time, but I've been to a couple of different African countries in general, and Kenya is pretty fire.
It is fire, right?
For real, Kenya is pretty fire.
And as I was telling you, you would pass for a Kenyan. I mean, if I just met you and I had not read your bio, for sure, I mean, you look Kenyan.
I mean, we're all African people. Come on now.
We are. I want to give you a Kenyan name.
Okay, oh, what's up?
May
What's
I?
up? They made me king yesterday. I need a name now.
I want to give you a name. Kamau.
Kamau.
Yeah, you'd pass for a Kamau.
Kamau, all right. Kamau.
You take it?
I'm taking it.
Anywhere you go,
it's
you
right.
ask for your Kenyan name, just say Kamau. I'm Mayne Kamau.
Yeah,
Kamau is good for a rapper because Kama from Kalamashaka
Exactly.
is, you know,
I don't even thought about it.
Yeah.
There we go. Kamau it is.
All right,
Kamau.
Kamau.
Yeah,
All right,
Kamau,
there you go.
Welcome to Kenya and welcome to Good Morning Kenya. I want to start with the name Maniac.
Oh,
Because the name Maniac, we know what it means. So
Oh, you do?
I mean, Maniac, someone who's, when you go Maniac, just tell me about it.
I didn't know you knew what Maniac meant. So, all right. All right, so Maniac, it came from when I was a little younger. So I just kind of kept it because, you know, just to tell my story in a sense. But the name just, you know, I was kind of wild when I was younger. So I kind of just, you know, incorporated in my name in a sense. It's nothing too big. I'm a good guy, actually. Like, you know, I'm a real good guy.
So
you can ask about me. Like,
I ask about you.
Yeah, you can ask about me. I'm a good guy. Like,
All right. Sorry, my director. Okay. So now there's a question I always ask every person who's into music, and that is their earliest memories of music. Javan, what is your earliest memories of music? Just to get to know your history with music. When did you first encounter music and realize that actually there's something known as music?
Yeah. Well, I would say, honestly, it was in church. You know, growing up in Kenya, for those of us who grew up here, the first interaction with music is in church, you know. So that's really my first engagement with music. But it was live music, you know, drums, you know, the clapping, the singing, you know. And then after that is when I began getting exposed to reggae. Actually, reggae was my next stop after Sunday
tell
school.
From
Yeah.
the locks.
Yeah. So it was reggae, and I think Maniac is, I don't know if you know, but he's Jamaican. Even though he lives in the States, he's Jamaican. So we have, you know, I can relate to who he is because of the reggae connection. But yeah, reggae, the church.
Is it that reggae was being played in your home?
No.
Or were you interacting with reggae music?
Yeah, this is a funny story. My sister's boyfriend wanted to distract me, so he gave me headphones, and Baniwela was the artist playing, and that's how I fell in love with reggae. You know, so he gave me the headphones, the Walkman. You remember Walkman?
Yes.
Yeah. So he gave me the Walkman, and he took my sister. You know?
But at least he got you into good music, you know?
Yeah. Until now, I'm still stuck with music.
Yeah. Mayne, what are your earliest memories of music?
My earliest memories, maybe like when I'm like 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. I remember like my sisters, they used to play like Tupac. This is me being like a baby now. Like my sisters, I'm listening to what my sisters listen to. So they used to play Tupac. I remember like Missy Elliott, like Aaliyah. Like I remember like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I remember hearing those things when I was younger. And then afterwards, I want to say like what I really heard or what really I took to was at first it was Jay-Z, but then after that I want to say like Lil Wayne. He would probably, yeah, Lil Wayne actually would probably be after that.
Would you say that's really like impacted your music, your style of music now? Did it impact the way you do your music?
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Because I feel like when people listen to my music, I have more of like an old soul to it, like more of an old flavor, because of what I was, you know, what I was brought up listening to. Like I feel like I listen to real music, and so it's like what I mimic is real music. You know what I mean?
All right. Now that you're originally from Jamaica,
Yeah.
you know, one would expect that. I mean, you should be a dancehall artist. You should be a reggae artist. Why hip hop?
Well, I grew up in the States though. So I left Jamaica when I was like 2 years old, 3 years old. So I grew up in the States. So like it was just like, that's what the people did in the States, you know, they did hip hop. So I was like, you know, I got into that. But it's funny you say that, because after a while, I came back to the reggae, I came back to the dancehall. So now I could do it pretty well. You know what I mean? I actually surprised myself.
Can
actually.
you really do the patois thing?
Yeah, man, what do you mean?
In it. Okay, in it is not for patois. Wow. Wagwan.
Yeah, wagwan. Where I said this? Where I said?
I can't really try to do anything with that. But I hear you. Now, Javan, you've been very, very instrumental. You're an artist yourself, but you've been really, really instrumental in putting our music out there. And by our music, I want to specifically narrow it down to Kenyan music, because we've seen you do that over and over in the USA. Just why was that very important for you? You know, knowing that you're an artist, one would think, okay, I just want to promote my music. I don't really care about anyone else. So why did you take it upon yourself to take it as a duty, whereby you want to get people into our music?
You know, it actually started in Kisumu. You know, I grew up in Kisumu, and when the post-election violence happened in 2008, I produced a festival. You know, it was called Unite the People Festival. And the impact of that, you know, we were able to make a lot of money and use it to feed kids who had been impacted by what was going on. So after that, I realized that even if you're an artist and you don't have a platform like your own festival that you can control, you can't really push yourself. So when I had the opportunity to move to the States, I realized that the same challenge we were facing here was also there. The African population, the Kenyan population is growing really fast, but we don't have an event that we are proud of, you know. We have events that are happening in dilapidated buildings where you don't even know where you're going. So Madaraka Festival has been an example of how to do things right, do it in the right venues, work with the right artists, you know, and just put in the work, you know. So next year is our 10-year anniversary, and you know, I'm just so privileged that I'm traveling with him, showing him Kenya, but also I'm enjoying a lot of support from artists like him who are not even Kenyan, but they believe in Madaraka Festival, and it's really how you can make it in America. You can't make it on your own or just with the Kenyan community, but you have to find people who really believe in your vision, and they can walk with you the journey of really, you know, making something major. You know, Madaraka is now the biggest African festival in the US.
It is?
Yeah, it happened in 6 cities this year, next year in 15 cities. So it's something, you know, unique. There's no Kenyan event that is as big as Madaraka outside of Kenya.
That's amazing. And before I get into Madaraka, because I want us to talk more about the Madaraka Festival, which is actually what you're promoting right now, I want us to speak about sound. And by sound, I want us to get into our sound as Kenyans. Because for the longest time, we've been having debates of people saying the reason why our music is not really crossing borders like it should is because we don't have a particular sound that we are pushing. What do you think?
I think we have a sound. You know, just a few days ago, a friend of mine who is in studio with us and myself, we were listening to Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. We were listening to Nonini.
Those are throwbacks.
Yeah, and then we came to even Ben Soul, Boutros, and the core of our music is the same. You know, it's Kapuka. You know, Kapuka. You know, just the same drums, you know, it's the same thing. But I think Bien is doing a really good job by infusing you know, a little bit of what do you call this? Kiswahili influenced Lingala. What do you call it? Zilizopendwa. You know, I think our sound is going to be what BN is actually doing now. Have you listened to my Shiri?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that is our sound.
From the album.
Yeah, that's the sound that is going to beat Afrobeat in the international market.
You think so?
Yes, because I think Afrobeat is a wave. And in the American
I've
market...
not heard anyone say that Afrobeat is a wave.
I was just going to say that.
It's a wave.
It's a wave.
Have you heard someone
I've never heard someone say that.
So tell us more.
It's a wave, and it's being overplayed in America. Burna Boy is being over-toured in America. You know, and
Javan.
yeah, I'm telling you the truth. And if you go to Burna Boy's show, 60% are Kenyans.
Yeah.
And then when Sauti Sol comes to the States, it's like a religious gathering. People are emotional. People want to be there. That's different, you know. People don't just come to enjoy their music, but they come to spend. They bring their family. They bring their kids. If you see people at Madaraka, you think that one of these popular religious people have arrived, you know. So there is that passion, and you know, the Kenyan and the African immigrant population is growing. But what people are hungry for is East African music. Look, even Burna Boy himself says Afrobeat has no substance. A lot of Afrobeat artists are just, you know, they're not giving people, you know, dope messages that can really change lives. For example, who is the Fela Kuti of our time when you think about it, really? You know, who is using his music for, you know, for social good, like Fela Kuti or Bob Marley did, you know? I don't think you can point
I really can't point anyone top of my mind. What do you think about that, Mayne? Because you were kind of disagreeing.
No, like,
I
kind of see his point, actually, a little bit. I think I get what you're saying. There hasn't been too many influential people like that. But I would say Burna Boy is influential in himself.
He is 100%. But Burna Boy has not gone to the street like Fela Kuti did. He has not been jailed for fighting for people's rights.
But do we all need to go through
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
there are certain things that the world needs right now. You know, look at what's going on in Gaza. Look at what's going on in Congo. We need artists to speak about this, to do things about this. That's what music is supposed to be about. Yeah.
What is music to you, Mayne?
Life. Full stop.
Music is just life. It's what you do, it's what you...
Yeah. Music is, to me, it's like, you know, it's what you do when you feel down. It's what you do when you feel happy. What you do when you're in a good, you know, in a bad mood, in a good mood, in a sad mood. It's you know, you could be in a bad mood and then listen to music and it automatically puts you in a good mood. It enters your soul whether you want it to or not.
True.
And what is this tour doing to you? What is it doing for you when you look at it and you know you've just started the tour, or maybe what do you hope to get out of it, musically speaking?
Well, I want to work with a couple artists, you know, out here. I want to see what, like you were mentioning about, you guys were talking about the Kenyan sound. Like I kind of want to see what that's like. I want to see what, you know, as far as being in Kenya in general, I kind of want to explore here to see what's going on out here as well. Maybe, you know, do the nightlife out here or something like that, see what's happening.
You should. Our nightlife is crazy.
Really?
Crazy.
Okay. All right.
We call
take
it
you up on it.
Sherehe Sheria.
Okay.
That is what we say here. Now, have you gotten to listen to any maybe Kenyan songs?
I've heard, we were listening to a few in the car. I haven't, like, I'm not sure which artists they were, but I listened to a few. I'm still trying to get, you know, I'm still trying to get the taste of it, you know. And last night we went out, and I was hearing, they did like a karaoke, so I was hearing like all the songs you guys had. Simon did karaoke. But it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard it then, and I was like, you know, it sounds pretty cool. It actually sounds like you guys have like a little bit of influence of reggae. Am I mistaken?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, I'm mistaken or I'm right?
No, really, you're not mistaken.
Okay.
You are partially right.
Okay, because I felt a little, because it's like I got to listen to it for a little while longer, but
yeah,
you know, I'm still taking it in.
It's true. We played for him Nazizi, like songs like Mos Mos, Kenyan Guy, Kenyan Girl, Kenyan Boy. We played for him.
Javan, you're really into the throwback music.
Yeah.
Does it mean that we don't make them like we used to now? Don't we make music like we used to back then? Because you're just referencing to our throwbacks.
Well, I think you can't forget where you came from. It's the foundation, you know. Like most, if you played it for a Kenyan audience in London or Netherlands or Seattle, they would all be singing, you know. They would all be singing because it means something to them, you know. And of course, Angela by Boutros means something to everyone now, you know. Lucy by Ben Soul also means something, you know. So I would say that all music is important, but we really have to, for example, Bob Marley, you know, many people wake up with Bob Marley songs because they mean something, you know, yeah.
What's the importance of keeping your heritage, keeping that heritage?
You know, I'm a father of 3 girls, and if I forget my heritage, they will all forget who they are, you know. And so really it's that simple, you know. And especially if you're living away from home, you know. For example, I speak Luo and Kiswahili fluently, better than a lot of us here. And it's because that's how I want to remember who I am and teach it to my kids. It's, you know, if you don't know your heritage and you're not proud of your culture, your music, your language, your food, then you can easily disappear. If you do that, those are the kind of Kenyans that never come home. We have Kenyans who have been in the States for like 30, 50 years.
We have Jamaicans too.
Never go back
I feel
home.
your pain, brother. I feel your pain.
Have you gone back home?
Of course, every year.
Okay.
Every year.
Okay.
And he's home now, you know.
Of course, I'm here, as you can see.
Okay. All right. And on that note, we'll take a short break. Don't you go too far. We'll be back with this conversation. And we are back. I am sure that you are enjoying the show just as much as I am here, on Good Morning Kenya Entertainment Thursday. And just before we went for a break, I had our guests with me. I had already introduced them. If you're just joining in, you've not missed the party. We're still on. Now, Javan, tell me about the tour that you're on right now, because you are on an East African tour.
Yes.
You're here in Kenya, you'll be going to Dar es Salaam. Just tell me about it and what you're expecting to get out of it.
So this has been a dream of mine, you know, to do an East African tour, but not to do it by myself, and to bring someone who really needs to see East Africa from my eyes, but also who gets value out of it, you know. A lot of African Americans and even you know, African Jamaicans, they always want, they see Africa as the motherland. It's their motherland, and for me, I feel like it's my duty to show them the motherland. So that's one thing that I'm doing with my brother Maniac Mayne. But you know, one of the things that I've learned in the last year is that the Kenyan government makes the most money out of diaspora remittances, and Madaraka just brought 25,000 people together this year. So for me, that means that I need to be talking to Kenyan brands so that they're aware that, look, the audience that gives you the most money attends Madaraka Festival, you know? And so I've been talking to a lot of Kenyan brands on partnering with them. So that's the other part of the media tour. And also it's really a process of giving gratitude to Kenyans, particularly, and East Africans, because the last 10 years, you know, next year is our 10-year anniversary. They've supported Madaraka Festival. They've supported my work with One Vibe Africa in Kisumu. And so really, it's just a period for me to say thank you and to connect directly with people like you who have also been supportive of the work that I do. Yeah.
All right. Maniac, have you performed at Madaraka Festival?
Not yet. I am set to perform, though. I haven't yet.
Have you attended?
Yes, I've attended.
What would you say about Madaraka Festival
From
the eyes of not the founder? Because the founder can really tell us things because it's his.
It's something special. It's you know, when you go there, it's kind of like a Rolling Loud experience, kind of like but it's East African, you know. So it's you get more, you get the culture out of it more. So it's an experience, definitely. I recommend everyone to go.
All right. Now Mayne will be performing for us in a bit. But just as the DJ is getting the track and getting it ready, Javan, back to you. And you were just telling me off camera that you've had more than 120 artists coming to perform at the Madaraka Festival since its inception. Just tell me about that. And it's artists from all over the world. It's not just Kenyan artists.
Right.
And there's something that is really interesting that you've also mentioned, the fact that every single time a Kenyan is the headliner.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, Madaraka Festival is a Kenyan brand.
Yeah.
And the primary purpose of Madaraka Festival in the US is to elevate Kenyan music. So that's why a Kenyan has to be the headliner. You know, this year Sauti Sol headlined. Next year we are talking to a couple of artists, but primarily Nyashinsky. We hope he agrees to work with us. And then the following year, we also have a Kenyan headliner. The next 3 years, we have Kenyan headliners that we are already talking to, you know. Next year, we are doing Madaraka Festival 2 times. And each time we do it, we are touring 15 cities. So we are doing Madaraka Festival 30 times next year. That's, you know, if you compare that to last year, we only did it once. So over the last 10 years, we've grown from a once a year festival to a 30 times a year festival. So it means next year we'll reach 150,000 people in person, you know. So for me, I just see Madaraka Festival as an extension of Kenya. And also, Madaraka Festival is like Eliud Kipchoge, you know. We are carrying the Kenyan flag outside there. But also, you know, being inclusive, you know, that's why we have my brother Maniac Mayne. We've had Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, who is another rapper from the US. We've had Rocky Dauni from Ghana, Bleach the Ambassador from Ghana, Samini from Ghana. We've also had Amen Viana from Togo, you know, Dre's from Zimbabwe, Anthony Cole from Trinidad and Tobago. You know, so many artists from over 18 countries have performed at Madaraka Festival. In the last 10 years, over 120 artists have been on our stage. You know, with each festival we have between 5 to 9 artists in each festival, you know. And that means we probably have like 3 bands, you know. So, and maybe 4 or 5 DJs, yeah. And that's every show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really amazing. Like, you're doing an excellent, excellent job.
Thank you.
Now, I guess we're ready to listen to Mayne, Maniac himself. You can go, that's your camera over there.
Oh.
Mr. DJ, Unique, no kuuliza swali Unique. Okay, let's get to here.
Oh, I thought you guys were gonna give me a mic. I'm just doing it straight.
Just assume you have your mic, mic with you, and just roll
all right,
with it.
We do it. Where's my camera over here?
That's the
All
camera.
right, here we go. DJ, you go ahead and run it. Do I walk closer, or you tell me if I'm
just
good?
there.
All right, cool. You let me know.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna block my view.
All right, got you. I got you.
All right, we're good? Sound, please. Sound. Okay.
That's the wrong song. That's the wrong song. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's just roll with it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I know she never got it. I ain't from the practice, but my pants from the practice. So the way a nigga feeling like I got it out of practice. Nigga fuck with me. Came from the struggle, mama had a lot of juggle. Now a nigga stuffing all his money in his duffel. Learn the hard way that they don't never really love you. I don't want your friendship.
Girl, hey, they got a problem. Tell them ain't no problem. I was really starving, but we don't make excuses, we just hustle to the morning. How bad do you really want it? They can shove in my opponent, I'm a soldier. And you know we smoking on that loud, that's that doja. I ain't reposting nothing, we pay for that exposure. Diamond in the air, we gon' thug it till it's over. This world getting colder, glad it's heat up in this road. Seen the jungle, I don't want your love, cause they don't ever really love you. I'm tired of being humble, did about it where we hustle. Beat my chest, I really got it off the muscle. Came from the stuff. My brothers, I'll tell another. Hold they soul so they can tell a couple. Hell no better. Ask me why I do it, I don't do it for the fame. Love music, they ain't never feel the same. I really felt a lot of pain, I had to tell them I'm a pacer, that's my granddaddy's name. I had to go a little harder. We just further than we started. Stunting in the trenches, that just made them all the target. They assume I went to college, that just tell me that I'm smarter. I don't need no auto-tune to show that I'm better. They just want up out the ghetto. I don't let they hate us, you can tell they really jealous. No new friends, I'm getting jealous. Never got to prove it, it was all fun and games till I really started losing. I'm better than these rappers. I ain't no better, it's Maniac. I ain't never seen the jungle. I don't want your love, cause they don't ever really love you. I'm tired of being humble, did about it where we hustle. Beat my chest, I really got it off the muscle. Bottom up. Did a couple crimes that I would never tell another. Sold they soul so they could get a couple dollars. I don't know no better. Maniac.
Love it. I love the flow, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it something you had to really work on? Because I understand flowing like that isn't easy. I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, it's definitely. You know, I did it since I was young. When you're younger, you kind of get better as you keep going. But I want to say like starting to like get into like really finding myself. I want to say I was like 17, 18, 19, somewhere around those ages.
All right. Javan, who have you put him onto? Who are you planning on him working with? Because, I mean, you can't come and
That's
then you
true.
guys leave and he hasn't worked with any Kenyan artist.
I actually talked to Bien already. Bien and I and him are going to be meeting up sometime in studio. I've talked to Calligraph as well. Those are the primary people that know that he's here and are excited to, you know, also host him in their own spaces.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, Calligraph Jones is the baddest rapper in Africa.
Oh yeah?
Just so you know.
Introduce me.
Yes.
OG.
Shout out to the OG himself. Now, as we wind up, if you may just give us your parting shots.
Well, first I want to say thank you to you and also to your team and also to KBC, you know, for being an incredible platform for Kenyan arts and culture. And also, you know, thank you to, you know, everyone, you know, Sauti Sol, King Kaka, you know, of course, Calligraph Jones, Eric Omondi, a lot of Kenyan artists and creatives have really supported me and Madaraka Festival, and I just want to say thank you.
All right, your parting shot.
Thank you guys, thank KBC for having me, and you know, I'm here to stay. Let's see y'all.
What was your Kenyan name?
It was
Lest you forget.
Kamau.
Come on
now.
All right, that is it with this interview, but don't you go too far. We have a dope artist coming up next. I know you guys know Boss MOG. Yes, he is already in the building. Better tune in for that.